stands. Pure coys, everybody raise your hands. Pure coys, pure coys, pure coys.
Yes, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. I'm Nige from Pure Coys. I have just sat through Palace versus Spurs, and I have to say, I'm concerned by the way we're playing away from home. At home, everything's great, everything's wonderful. We play some lovely football, but away from home, time after time after time, we get bullied by teams. And today, for me, was absolutely no exception. I will get into it again. As I said, please, before I start, please like, please subscribe. It really does mean the world. You know, I don't feel like coming on sometimes and doing a review of the game when we played as poorly as we have. But you know what? I need to vent. And what better way? Listen, let's go through the teams. The Spurs team was as followed. It was Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, and Udogi. Romero was captain, with Basuma, Madison, and Kulusevski, Johnson, Solanke, and Mikey Moore making his Spurs debut. That was something to be excited about. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Moore played. As for Palace, well, they lined up exactly like this. As I get it on full screen so I can see it better. Henderson, Mitchell, Lacroix, Gahey, Munez, Chalobah, Lerma, Eze, Wharton, Sarr, and Mateta. A strong Palace side, to be fair. And, you know, it was always going to be a tough game. But listen, Spurs just didn't start quickly. Palace were first to most of the 50-50s. If they didn't win the first ball, they won the second. They pressed Spurs really high. They didn't let Spurs get into any sort of rhythm. And to be fair, Spurs let them bully them. Spurs just let them. You know, Palace bullied them and Spurs let it happen. You know, it was like a bully on the playground. Literally every player had a packet of sweets in his pocket and just kept handing them out because it was easy for Palace. Spurs playing out from the back was atrocious. They were slow to everything. Everything was ponderous. They were taking too many touches on the ball. Obviously, when you know you can see when it's not working and you can just change it. Hit a few balls long, even if it's not every ball, hit a few balls long. So it gives Palace something to think about. No, everything was short. And they were in on us every time, and we didn't look comfortable at all. We gave the ball away time after time after time, and we ended up giving the goal away by exactly that. Playing poorly out from the back, you know, spending too long on it. The pass is not quick enough, letting ourselves get closed down too quickly. Van der Ven then gives the ball away, and it's a simple ball in and a simple goal. And it's really frustrating from Spurs defensively. And you know what? The first half carried on much the same, really. You know, Spurs had a couple of half chances. They were unlucky not to score when a shot from Van der Ven deflected off Johnson and off the inside of the post. Madison had a chance that was well saved. Apart from that, nothing really. Spurs huffed and puffed. Didn't really get anywhere. But the game was quite even. You know, Palace, like I say, Palace bullied Tottenham. But the actual game was quite even. I thought, listen, Spurs can't be any worse second half. They're bound to get better. Well, we come out second half and we were worse. It was as poor a half as I've seen. You know, hey, listen, we're Brighton a couple of weeks ago. That was poor. This was as poor for me. Just didn't get out of the blocks again. Just didn't get out of first gear. And Palace, to be fair, could have had 3 or 4. If Palace had won this 4-0, we wouldn't be surprised. It would be, okay, well, Palace deserved it. For me, I am now concerned about our away form. Listen, I try to look at the positive things all the time if I can. I try to be a more positive fan if I can. And I was very much like, yep, we won 7 out of 8. A win today would make it 8 out of 9. But yeah, okay, that would have been the case. But we haven't won, we've lost. And we look at it now and we look at the Premier League table and we're mid table. We are going nowhere fast. We have just lost to a side that haven't won all season. Dr. Tottenham have literally gone to Selhurst Park with a massive big first aid box, bandages, Germaline, all the sorts of things that you need to patch up a team, and we've handed it to them. We said, "There you go. You can just beat us because this is what we do. We are Dr. Tottenham." And I'm so frustrated tonight. I'm so frustrated because it is typically Tottenham. It's a typical Tottenham performance and it's what we do week in, week out. You know what? Next week we'll be at home to Villa, we'll beat Villa, and everything will be rosy again. And then our next away game, we're putting another performance like we did today. Leicester away, blew it. Newcastle away, blew it. Brighton away, blew it. Today, blew it. The only game we actually played well in, really well, was the Manchester United game. People will say we played well Newcastle. Yeah, we did. We played quite well Newcastle, but we still lost. We played well in patches, for large patches against Leicester. We still didn't win and we could have lost, but we dropped points. We played well for 45 minutes against Brighton. The other 45 minutes is the worst half of football I've seen in a long time, and we lost. And today, we just didn't even get out of second gear. It just didn't look like they wanted to fight for me. There was absolutely no fight in the Tottenham team. And this away form is concerning me. It's concerning me. If you look at the league table now, played 9. We are now a quarter of the way through the season. We have played 9, won 4, drew 1, lost 4. That, I'm afraid, is not good enough. Is not good enough. Yeah, we can chuck the cup games in now, which boost it all up, make it look a lot better. And we can say, oh, it's not that bad, you know? But realistically, league form is not good enough. And this is what we're looking at this current time because we've just played a league game. Our league form: 4 wins, a draw, and 4 defeats. And it is not good. It's not going to take us to the promised land, whatever that promised land is. It's not going to take us to Champions League football. The form we're currently on is probably not going to take us to Europa League football. Let that sink in. The form we're currently on will probably not get us into Europa League football. If we keep on dropping points like today, we are going to finish 7th, 8th, 9th, around that area. And I'm concerned. Got to be honest, I'm concerned. I want to be positive, but I find it really hard after a performance like that. Listen, it is what it is. We've lost the game. We move on to next week. 2 massive games. Manchester City in the League Cup. Aston Villa next week in the Premier League. And I've already said, listen, it wouldn't surprise me if we beat Villa at home in the Premier League. It really won't. Because at home, we're half decent. Away from home, we're awful. For the most part, we are awful. 1 win in 5 away from home in the league. Not good enough. It's not good enough for a team chasing top 4. Depends what we want as a fan. Listen, if we had played really good football today and lost, maybe that would have dampened the pain a little. But we didn't even play good football. We were absolutely awful, woeful. And it's happening too often now away from home. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to leave it there because I could go on for hours about how disappointed I am. We move on. Please like, please subscribe. It really does mean the world. I am chasing down 400, and to get there would be fantastic. And then I'll badge you all about 500. But it is what it is. Listen, have a great Sunday. Enjoy the Arsenal-Liverpool game and enjoy your Sunday evening. Take care, everyone. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and try your best to stay Spurs.